Right now, as you're watching this video, an algorithm is analyzing your work emails. It's counting how many times you've said sorry in meetings. It's tracking how long you take on bathroom breaks. And it's calculating your exact probability of being fired. This isn't science fiction. This is 2026. Over 67% of Fortune 500 companies are now using AI systems to decide who stays and who goes. And the criteria? They're not what you think. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you the 5 hidden signals AI uses to flag employees for termination, the leaked algorithm from a major tech company that shocked the industry, and most importantly, how to make yourself algorithmically unfireable. Because here's the truth. Your manager might like you, your performance reviews might be great, but if the AI has marked you red, none of that matters anymore. Let's dive in. So how did we get here? How did we go from human managers making tough decisions to algorithms deciding people's livelihoods? The answer is simple: money and efficiency. In 2024, companies started experimenting with people analytics. By 2025, it became mainstream, and now in 2026, it's everywhere. Here's what changed. Traditional layoffs were messy. Managers had biases. They kept their favorite employees even if the numbers didn't add up. They made emotional decisions. Companies were paying millions in wrongful termination lawsuits because decisions seemed arbitrary. Then, AI promised something revolutionary: objective, data-driven workforce optimization. No emotions, no favoritism, just pure mathematics. Sounds fair, right? Well, not exactly, because what these AI systems are actually measuring isn't just your productivity, they're measuring your replaceability. And that's a very different game. Let me show you what I mean. Last month, a leaked document from a major corporation revealed their AI's layoff criteria. What they found wasn't about how hard you work, it was about how unique you are to the system. Here are the 5 hidden signals that AI uses to decide your fate. Signal number 1, communication redundancy score. The AI analyzes every email, Slack message, and meeting you're in. It asks, if this person disappeared tomorrow, would anyone miss the information they provide? If 5 other people on your team are saying similar things in similar ways, your redundancy score goes up. You're flagged as replaceable. The fix? Start documenting unique insights. Be the person who brings external perspectives. Share industry news others aren't tracking. Make your communications irreplaceable. Signal number 2, cross-functional dependency. This is huge. The AI maps out every project and asks how many other teams need this person to do their job. If you only work with your immediate team, you're vulnerable. But if marketing, sales, and product all rely on you, you're protected. In 2026, the most secure employees aren't necessarily the most productive. They're the most connected. Start volunteering for cross-departmental projects. Become the bridge between silos. Make yourself a bottleneck in a good way. Signal number 3, skill obsolescence velocity. Here's where it gets scary. The AI compares your current skills against market trends and emerging technologies. It calculates how fast your expertise is becoming outdated. Are you still primarily using tools from 2023? Red flag. Are you learning and adopting new platforms every quarter? Green flag. A data analyst who only knows Excel is at risk. A data analyst who's learning AI-assisted analytics and automation, they're golden. The AI literally predicts your future irrelevance and acts on it now. Signal number 4, meeting to output ratio. This one surprised me. The AI calculates how many meetings you attend versus how much tangible output you produce. If you're in 30 hours of meetings a week, but your tangible deliverables are low, the algorithm flags you as a meeting participant rather than a value creator. But here's the twist. It also flags people with too few meetings as disconnected from the team. The sweet spot? High output with strategic meeting participation. Quality over quantity. Signal number 5, the salary to AI replicability index. This is the most brutal one. The AI literally estimates, could we replace this person's core functions with AI tools for less money? If you're making $120,000 a year and ChatGPT Advanced plus a junior employee at $60,000 could do 80% of your job, you're marked high risk. The only protection is doing work that AI fundamentally cannot replicate: creative strategy, emotional intelligence tasks, complex stakeholder management, and genuine innovation. If your job is primarily processing information and following established procedures, you're in the danger zone. Let me show you how this actually plays out in real companies. In January 2026, a mid-sized marketing firm implemented a new workforce optimization platform. They called it a productivity tool. In reality, it was an AI system analyzing everything. The company had 2 marketing managers, same salary, same job title, same performance reviews. But when layoffs came in March, one stayed and one was let go. Here's what made the difference. The person who got let go had a typical routine: arrive at 9 a.m., check emails, attend team meetings, work on campaigns, more meetings, leave at 5:30. Consistent, reliable, doing good work. But the AI flagged them because their emails had a 73% similarity score to other team members. High redundancy. They only collaborated within the marketing team, 0 cross-functional dependency. Their primary tools hadn't changed in 18 months: Adobe Creative Suite, Google Workspace, Hootsuite, rising obsolescence velocity. 6 hours of meetings per day with average output, low meeting to output ratio, and their $95,000 salary versus AI tools that could automate 60% of social media scheduling and basic design work. The person who kept their job? Different story. They had started cross-departmental meetings that became essential to product launches. Cross-functional dependency check. They learned AI-assisted design tools and were producing triple the creative variations. New skill adoption check. They documented unique consumer psychology insights that other teams relied on. Irreplaceable communication value check. Same company, same role, same human performance, but completely different AI scores. The algorithm decided everything. Now, here's what nobody wants to admit. These AI systems aren't actually smarter than human judgment. They're just more consistent and more ruthless. A human manager would know who the cultural glue of the team is, who mentors new employees, who has institutional knowledge that would take years to replace. But the AI doesn't measure that, because it can't, not yet. So we're in this weird transition period where companies are over-trusting algorithms that are measuring the wrong things. They're optimizing for short-term replaceability instead of long-term value. They're measuring activity instead of impact. They're prioritizing what's quantifiable over what's valuable. And the employees who survive, they're not necessarily the best workers. They're the ones who understand how to game the system. Some companies have woken up to this. They're adding human override protocols. They're weighting qualitative factors more heavily. They're being more transparent about what's being measured. But many haven't. And if you work for one of them, you need to know how to protect yourself. All right, so what do you actually do with this information? Here's your action plan. Step 1, audit your digital footprint. Look at your last month of emails and messages. Are you repeating what others are saying? Start adding unique value to every communication. Share articles others aren't reading. Provide insights, not just updates. Step 2, build cross-functional bridges. This week, reach out to someone in a different department and find a way to collaborate. Attend their meetings, solve their problems with your expertise. Make yourself indispensable across silos. Step 3, learn publicly. Don't just learn new skills, document it. Post about it on LinkedIn. Use new tools in visible projects. Make sure the system can see that you're evolving. Step 4, shift from task completion to problem solving. AI measures deliverables, but what it values more is original problem solving. Stop just executing assigned tasks. Identify problems and solve them before anyone asks. Step 5, Quantify your impact. If you're not tracking metrics on your work, start now. Revenue influence, time saved, projects accelerated. Make your value measurable so the AI can see it. Step 6. Become a multiplier. The AI loves people who make others more productive. Mentor, share knowledge, create templates and systems that help the team become force multiplication. The goal isn't to outwork the AI, it's to become the human that the AI recognizes as irreplaceable. Look, the reality of 2026 is this: AI isn't going away. These systems are going to become more sophisticated, not less. But they're also just tools built by humans with human biases and human limitations. The companies that thrive will be the ones that use AI to enhance human decision-making, not replace it. And the employees who thrive will be the ones who understand the game has changed and adapt accordingly. You're not powerless here. You're just playing by new rules. Now you know what those rules are. If this video helped you, hit that subscribe button because I'm breaking down the AI workforce analytics that nobody else is talking about. And drop a comment. Has your company implemented AI workforce analytics? What are you seeing? The future of work is being written right now. Let's write it together. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next